Hello truckers, welcome back to American Truck Simulator with realistic economy, and the state of Oklahoma is now a DLC, which came out for me today, but you're going to see this tomorrow actually. I was kind of hoping that the coast to coast map would have been kind of thrown together, but yeah, you do what you can. So we're waiting on the coast to coast map that's been disabled. I don't know what that's going to do for my drivers, if they're driving on the coast to coast map, if they're delivering on there and coming back, or how that works, but we shall see. I'm also still waiting for the summer mod to be updated, but we are in Oklahoma. Let me just go ahead and show you the map. Oh yeah, and I got a paint job for the truck as well. New version, so I teleported to Wichita Falls, and I drove actually into Oklahoma and to here. I will say this, be careful coming to the toll here. There are like speed bumps there, and I was going a little bit too fast because I was just driving up here at 88 miles an hour. And I went over a speed bump and I damaged my truck a little bit, but that's neither here nor there. I am picking up a contract in Lawton this morning. Now, the reason why we're doing external contracts, let me go back. No, let me go back here. Cruising Oklahoma. So it's kind of like anytime a DLC comes out for American Truck Simulator, we got to do external contracts to and from 10 different cities. And the distance got to be at least 100 miles. And I do believe the first one we're doing is over 100 miles. And, of course, we're picking up one from Lawton. And we'll be delivering it to, I forgot where I'm going. Oh, tell me right up here. McAllister. So, yeah, that should be over 100 miles, right? It doesn't say here how long it is. But we got to go get the trailers, so let's go ahead and get started. Oh, you can kind of see the truck here. But let's see what it looks like. Well, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's raining out. So I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it. Can we see a little bit better on this side? There we go. Nothing too fancy. It kind of threw together. I had to change. I was having a problem with the paint job. So the bottom used to be painted, but for some reason I was getting an overlay somehow. I was getting like a double imprint on the bottom, so I changed that to plastic. But it's gray, and it kind of matches the gray paint job that I did. But basically, if you're unfamiliar with the United States, Oklahoma is kind of in the tornado belt, so they get a lot of tornadoes there. So it's just a picture of a farmhouse with a tornado in the background. And you can kind of see the funnel of the tornado goes up to the corner of the upper window up there. And that's kind of what I went for. And it's the same on both sides. The Oklahoma state flag is pretty much that right there. So I just did that. And I took the lights off because the lights kind of did not really work out too well. Not like we drive that much in the dark anyways. So, let's go see what Oklahoma has to offer other than rain on the first day. Let's go ahead and turn on the wipers because I don't have the automatic wiper thing activated. Yeah, so I don't know what to expect from my drivers. Like I said, the coast to coast map is disabled currently because the only version I would be able to use, I would have like a double imprint of Oklahoma, so that would be kind of messy. Messy. Oh yeah, while we're on the topic of the coast to coast map, yeah, last episode, I was kind of talking about Texarkana. There we go. I'll get it out. The Coast to Coast map has been updated for that also already. So that was updated on July 31st. So if you don't have the Oklahoma DLC, you can get the DLC for the or the updated version of the Coast to Coast map for that region for the new version of 1.48. I think I got it all set there. So that's where we are in mods. But let's drive on down here and let's go to Lawton. We'll just follow GPS. I don't know where I'm picking up the load. And just remember, with external contracts, I can only drive 65 miles an hour max. That's a restriction that the game puts out there for us. Oh yeah, another thing I found out while I was checking some things out in between last episode and this one, I thought my truck was a little bit sluggish last episode, and yeah, it was because I actually had a modded engine in the truck. I did not know that, and well, it's not compatible 1.48. So what the game does, it kind of throws in the old average engine. So we went from a 600 horsepower engine on down to like a 350. So I was like, man, the truck feels real sluggish there. I may have mentioned that in the episode, not too sure if I did or didn't. But that'd be the reason why, because we were down 250 horsepower. But now we do got the Detroit diesel engine back in here at 600 horsepower. because that's all set and ready to go. We still got the same engine mod I was using last episode. And probably it's going to sound just a little bit different because we are running the Detroit Diesel 600 horse, not the Detroit Diesel engine at 350. Yeah, so Oklahoma is here. If you didn't know, I think the price was, I clicked on it quickly because I think it was like $11 US, something like that. And I think it was like 250, 300 megabytes file to download. But now we got another state to cruise through with a good amount of eye candy to look at. So of course, next state coming out, let's talk about that already, would be Kansas, that we already know of. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be Nebraska after that. If they haven't announced it yet, I don't know. But that'll be just my guess. But let's enjoy Oklahoma. I didn't check to see how many cities are listed. We've already been to a few. But that was on the coast-to-coast map. But the game doesn't know the difference. It just knows that I visited that city. So it's probably going to be checkmarked already. Yeah, I was not expecting a toll coming into Oklahoma. I didn't see how much it cost me, but it cost what it cost. It's the part of driving on, I think we're on I-40. I think that's where I'm coming up to Lawton. And of course, we hardly ever get rain. Since it's our first time looking at Oklahoma, what is it going to do? It's going to rain. So, oh yeah, I also will mention though, because I was getting back on mods just for a second. I said the summer mod isn't working for patch 1.48. They are working on the mod to update that for patch 1.48. So if you've been using it, wondering, they did make a comment. I'm recording this on August 1st. They made a comment on the 30th on their page that they are updating the summer mod to version 1.48. I was trying to figure out what to do for a paint job. Wonder if I was going to do one or not. And I was like, well, of course I got to do one. So I don't want to say I was having difficulty with the Cascadia file and trying to get the paint job to work out. And I was like I was saying, I was getting like double imprints on certain items. I was like, why? It's not showing that when I load it up. So I probably got to get an updated file for the Cascadia. But I think the paint job that I got works. And sometimes I probably make it too flashy, so just having a basic side paint job there with the state flag works out well. And I'm glad that the engine sound didn't change when I upgraded back to the 600 Detroit Diesel. I was like, really did like the engine sound last episode, but I just remember talking to them like, boy, the truck feels really sluggish. And I think we were just hauling 17,000 pounds. I'm like, why is this struggling to, like, hold this load around? So I do know we are coming to Swift. Swift stands for Sure Wish I Finished Training. Sorry if there's any real Swift drivers out there. You probably hear that a lot. There is another acronym, but we try not to say those type of words on here. I'll let your imagination run wild with it, but it does stand for Swing Wide, It's a Trailer. Yeah, it's too bad Swift drivers appear to have a bad rap, I guess. Now, since I'm hooking up to a Swift trailer, does that make me a Swift driver? Technically, no. me just stop here for a second. So I want to double check on the map. How many cities are there? Because the contract says to and from 10 different cities. So we see Lawton, Ardmore, Idabel, McAllister is where we're going. Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Enid, Woodward, Clinton, and yeah, see, it says we've been to Guyman before, but not on this map. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I got to deliver to every city to get the quest done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, did I count that already? Son of a gun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so basically to get it done, you got to deliver to or from every city. Well, that's not going to be too difficult, I don't think. We'll work on it, right, Cindy? You're in charge of keeping track. I probably have to get a pad and pen out so I can, make sure we get to every one. So when I complete the first job, technically I should get 2 marks. Because we're delivering from one city, delivering to another. I didn't even check to see what I'm delivering, other than it's a Swift trailer. So we'll be doing a lot of external contracts throughout Oklahoma until we get that done. I don't know what the prize is for, or what you get for completing all 10. But we'll do it. Dynamax. Dude, what are you doing? Alright, you're really waiting for me? I mean, it's very kind of you, but that seems a little bit much. So, yeah, we should get this delivery done by 11 a.m.-ish. So, maybe get 2 deliveries done today. The thing is with external contracts is the time frame you got to get it done is real time, not in game time. Uh, 40,000 pounds of vegetables. Yeah, so you can see in blue, time remains. I got to get it done in 22.5 hours in real time. Shouldn't be a problem. Oh, someone did ask a question on an older ATS video, so if you're watching this at some point, or maybe you're watching when it goes live, no, you do not need to be connected to the internet to play the game. But if you're going to do external contracts like I'm doing currently, then you will need to when you accept the delivery, and then when you complete the delivery at least, I would assume, because it's got to connect to wherever the hub is that keeps track of that stuff. I don't know how that really works, but yeah, you would need to be connected to the internet to accept the external contract and to complete it. But if you're just doing standard deliveries, then yeah, you don't need to be connected to the internet. Rain, rain. Rain, rain. Actually, that picture or that side picture looks pretty darn good in the weather conditions that we got. Driving third person, not my best thing to be doing. Although I will say, and I think I mentioned before, when I was playing ETS 2, before ATS came out, I did most of my driving in third person, just because I didn't have the track IR set that I use now. So when I move my head, the camera moves. But before I had that, I would drive third person just because it was easier to see around. And that's also the way I played Farming Simulator as well, was third person, and still do. But after I got the track IR set, where I don't have to use my mouse to move the camera around, definitely driving first person is much easier for me nowadays. And for those of you who ask, why don't you drive first person in Farming Simulator? Hardly at all. A couple reasons in Farming Simulator would be, well, most people want to see the work that you're doing in the field with the implement. Well, if you're driving first person, you don't really get that. And second of all, my PC does not like when I'm in cab in Farming Simulator for some reason. The frame rate just stutters quite a bit. So I don't know why it does that, but I've tried a few things and, well, it is what it is. So I do want to keep track of my drivers currently. Like I said, the coast to coast map is currently disabled. So if they were on their way to North Carolina or New York or wherever, I don't know if they completed delivery or am I just getting a lot of messages saying my driver couldn't find a load, and they, now if they do get, if they do continue the journey even though the map's not there, since the map is not there now, I'm guessing that I am going to get a lot of messages saying they came back and couldn't find a load because the game does not see the city there, so there's no loads for them to take. So I'm hoping when I do my next episode, which might be within a couple of hours from now, I'm hoping Mantrid. Mantrid is the person that pretty much runs coast to coast. Usually they're within the first 24 hours, they do throw something together so it connects, and then they work on the states connecting afterwards. So I'm hoping that there's a quick fix to it. I say quick fix, I don't know much about modding maps for ATS. But hopefully within the next 20 hours or so, it'll be there and I can get it back online so my drivers can find loads if they're over there. But if they return with no load, wouldn't be the first time, right? To yield, so if there's no cars coming, please, thank you. It's like, don't come to a full stop. I couldn't really read that. It looked like it said Dunkin' Cafe, but I'm not sure I read that right. Couldn't get a good angle of it. Just kind of weird that we hardly ever get rain that much. It seems to rain a lot at night, and then the first day in Oklahoma, this is what we get. So is this like a first come first serve red light intersection? What is this? Yeah, it seems like traffic is just guessing themselves, like, well, they'll just nudge out and go and hopefully everyone else stops. This is Alright, well, that... Or are we treating it like a four-way stop sign kind of a thing? Looks like the skies are breaking up just a little bit, so the rain may stop soon. You know, it would be cool if we actually somehow got a tornado, not actually moving, but when it rained, you would actually see a tornado off the side of the road here or there. Of course, in real life, that would be kind of not fun to see. So do leave any comments if you happen to notice something I didn't see that really stuck out to you. Or like an Easter egg, and an Easter egg in case, that just pretty much means like something, not a real Easter egg, but something that they put in the game that is special for that one location. Yeah, the engine brake is much more noticeable on this engine here than it was last week. I was trying to catch in the bottom left-hand corner. I just realized what that was. I'm like, what's that coming up? I'm like, oh, it's right. I'm discovering new cities in a state, and that's probably part of the Steam achievements, which I did not look at. But I'm guessing discover every city in the state. And now I looked at the last thing. I'm like, oh, how many out of how many have I discovered? I'm guessing 3, because we got the one that in Lawton that we picked up. We're driving through this one, and I got the one just north of Texas that we've been through. Weird, that says Dallas, but not really going to Dallas. The engine gets really loud, my head goes out the window. I'm not going to be in a rush to pass this trucker just because our exit's right up the road here. Sometimes those AI drivers get me a little nervous lately. After, what was it, like 3 or 4 episodes ago that I got into 2 accidents? with a matter of a couple minutes. One with a fire truck. Nothing's coming to the top of my head that would be particular to Oklahoma that we might see, like if we drive through a certain city, like you should see this. This is a staple of the state or something like that. I'm not sure if I would expect anything like that. Never been to Oklahoma. At most, I've probably flown over it. That's about it. Nice water tower there. Oh. See, you try to look at the scenery. Alright, now since I'm kind of in your way, are you going to go? You are? Good. Okay. Is my truck that intimidating that other drivers are just letting me go? And any of you familiar with Oklahoma, this and the cities I'm going through, I'm like, yeah, that does look like the city itself and the way it looks. I have been told that a few times when I've been driving through the cities that people that do live there say that's exactly how it looks, and oh, that building is actually there, so it's pretty cool. Although it's a shame that there's some landmarks that SCS can't put on maps because they're trademarked. Just like I don't think the Eiffel Tower is on is in Paris on the in-game France map. At least I've been told. I think I left ETS2 just as France was being dropped. Oh, what I mean, sorry, not dropped, but released. So that, I mean, going back when ATS was coming out in 2016. Don't know if that's a lake or a river. Kind of looks like more of a lake. Our loan payment. I haven't hit anyone yet. Just going to stay in this lane because I do see we got a left-hand turn up ahead. A Shell fuel area and rest area. Haven't been relooking at the billboards since 1.48 came out. I was looking at them for quite a bit because every week the mod that we run changes the billboards. And now SCS has a sponsored billboard with Schneider. And I will say, because I said it a lot when I got the first ride in the Cascadia, I was really having a hard time knowing when to shift with this engine mod pack that I'm running and the engine sound that it is. Not really difficult at all. Wait, the sign says KFC, but the building says IHOP. Starting to wonder if this is going to be an all-day rain. Can't tell if I got a green light or not. Nope. Don't give me... Oh, thank you. By the way, that was don't give me a ticket, and then thank you because it didn't. And that's why if you ever drive commercially, they'll always tell you never to drive right behind... I think most companies call it a billboard. When I first, I'm like, what do you mean don't drive behind a billboard? They say like a box truck, basically. Because you can't see the lights in front of you. And trucks take a long time to get through lights. So you can't tell if the light's green, yellow, or red. Always assume it's red. Who am I delivering this to? I'm delivering vegetables to Equos Powered Transport? I mean, alright. And just because I said it looks like an all day of rain, the sun comes out. Well, we're only 35 miles out. I'll have to start keeping track of what cities I've delivered from and to. But, you know, if I delivered it to there, I'm going to be taking the delivery from there as well, I would assume. Should have moved over there for that state trooper, but I was unaware of my surroundings. So I didn't want to swerve over into the left-hand lane. I wish the driver in front of me would pick a lane. And our delivery point is up on the left. That number, I did not catch the second number on that Steam achievement. What it said looked like a big number, and I was like, what? I don't know. I'll have to check it out when there's editing going on there, see what it actually says. It'll happen when it happens, whatever the achievement is. The heck is that? It's like a torpedo. Wasn't there like a famous admiral in the Navy called McAllister? we are delivering to here. Well, not right here, but turn left and we're there. Yeah, so originally ETA put us here just before 11, and now we're not getting there actually until noon. And we really didn't have anything that held us up, really. This place looks a little interesting, but I'm not going there, whatever that is. Looks like a school, because I see school buses. I think that's school buses I saw in the background. Yeah, those are school buses. Oh, I see our drop-off point. So, okay, it's on the other side of that. So what I'm going to do is, of course, I don't know if I could actually drive into there and turn around or not. But we can just do it right here. Full concentration. Oh, it's one of these downhill ramp ones. Eh. Nope, not cutting it close enough. The trailer's going up the ramp. I thought I was cutting it too close, but apparently not. I'm still... No, actually I think I'm good. I think it's because it's on a ramp, but the indicators are kind of level, so it gives you, on the back side, a little bit misleading where the back edge is a little bit, but now I can see it a little bit better. So we got about 5 hours on the clock. Well, right on the clock, because it's noon. But we should have completed 2 of the 10, right? Yes, we have. All right. Job market, external contracts. Actually, let me get a pad and pen out now, because if I don't do it now, I won't do it later. All right, so we've been to McAllister, and that was Lawton that we came from, correct? So going back to Lawton doesn't help us out. We need to go to cities that we haven't been to. All right. Well, here's one to Enid. And that is about a 3.5 hour trip. Ooh, okay. And we'll be taking a scrapper. No, we can't do that one. Let's do the one to Enid. And how far away am I from my pickup point? Doesn't look like it's too far. And yeah, well, looks like our truck condition or setup is good for what we're doing. Wait, continue. And this is why you need to be hooked up to the internet for external contracts that it connects to your World of Trucks profile. The Volvo VNL, which I drove a modded one for a long time, and I don't know if that one's ever been updated for a while. And the original mod author's name is escaping my memory right now. I'll wake up in the middle tonight, and the name will be right there, and I'll be like, I know the name. My trailer's gone already, magically. So we can't really drive over to the school to have a look. And did it say anything on this? I thought that was a sign at first, but it's a water fountain. I thought it was a concrete sign at first, and no, it's a water fountain. Is that saying the Queen House? That's what my guess would be. Oh, they even got like geese and ducks out by the pond. Does anyone know what that house is for? The Queen, right? But you know, the Queen is... Anyways, yeah, let's go pick up this load, which is... Oh, we're not too far from it. Turning out to be a nice day now. Morning, you know, all rain, but now the sun's out. And just like the rain, the traffic appears to be gone as well. Not going to complain about that. You call, we haul. Not a bad slogan. No one on that lane. Oh, dirt road. Don't stop on the tracks. Try not to. And yes, I know I'm supposed to actually stop before I go over the tracks, but... Oh, and I hear a train coming as well. So also when you take external contracts, you don't have to check in and take a load. You're already set for it. I want to say it's this right here. Just trying to figure out how I want to get out of here. Easy peasy, nice and easy. Actually, let me do this here. Can I just... All right, we'll try this here. Wait, how much is this? Whoop, how much is this way? 90,000. You know, maybe second gear might be better. Oh yeah, this entryway looks wide enough to do this. Hopefully there's no invisible wall by this dirt over here. You know what I need to do, because I haven't done it yet, is I need to take a thumbnail, and this looks like a good opportunity to. Alright, let's get this thing delivered. It says 4 o'clock, but I'm guessing probably 4:30, right? Now let's take it nice and slow over these railroad tracks, because we got a low load. Hopefully we don't get hung up. And no cars coming, so we're just gonna drift on out. And I hear a train coming again. Yeah, I don't think I've heard or seen, not heard, I don't think I've seen any of my drivers complete a load yet. They're out there somewhere. And yes, I can feel this 90,000 pounds behind me. You're gonna let me in there, buddy? You better. Kind of glad I wasn't doing this last episode with a 350 horse. Although I think if I had the 350 horse in there and I took a big load like this, it would have shown me the chart of my truck, and I think it would have said, you may want to check your horsepower for the load that you're taking. Do not stop. So that's a toll that we're paying there. I didn't read that quick enough. Did that say Indian transport something or other? What are you doing, car? You slowed down quite a bit after you passed the accident, so. In a sense, well, I don't think Oklahoma was done over like this on the coast-to-coast map. It was more bare out in some areas, but nothing but trees out here. Hey, a driver did not actually complete a load. Don't know where they are, but they completed a load. Another load getting done. Oh, better than them returning empty. That's for darn sure. The totals aren't the biggest amounts, but it's income. Which does make me wonder. I wonder how the driver's doing with our W900. Oh, and I should mention though, when I put the paint job on this truck, which cost $1,000, and I changed over some of the accessories and everything, I think the total bill came to like $4,500. So if the money did look a little different at the beginning, I've forgotten of it. I may have mentioned, probably didn't mention at all how much it cost. Yeah, I had to pay for some more accessories and the paint job. My paint jobs are cheap because I designed them. What's going on up here? Just, I don't want to say just an accident. It also says road work ahead as well. Joplin, Missouri, I know that, but we're not going there. Oh, it looks like they're building a bridge. So which lane is closed, or is it just reduced speed to 55? Which I'm not even doing 55 yet. Kind of cool. They did that somewhere else before, and I don't remember what state that was in, where there was construction like that going on, where they were like building a road. Was that like in California, like Los Angeles area? They redid that like a couple years ago. Hello, Tulsa. Oh, left-hand exit. Gotcha. What? Oh, because I'm hitting the wrong button. I'm like, why won't that downshift? Because I'm hitting the wrong button on my steering wheel. I just realized that may sound weird because I said I'm trying to downshift by hitting a button on my steering wheel. I do have a shifter, but it's a 6-speed shifter. And when you got 13 gears, so I got a button on the steering wheel that does high and low. Many different ways that you have to use an H shifter. Whoa. This is kind of what I went through before, and I almost wrecked myself. It says keep moving. So that's the same toll when I left Texas and came into Oklahoma, almost like that. I came up on that really quick. And I blew through there at like 88 miles an hour, and I got some damage on the truck. Because I was not expecting a toll. I'm trying to think now, because we've been through a lot of tolls already. I went to the toll before I started recording. We've been through a couple ourselves while delivering, so it seems like Oklahoma's got a lot of tolls that we got to pay. And if you are trying to do the Oklahoma cruising event, I think that's what they're calling it. It only works on external contracts. So if you're just taking standard deliveries to and from cities, it's not going to count. It's got to be external contracts only. And make sure they're 100 miles in distance, or else it doesn't qualify. So we'll probably be zigzagging a little bit on the second half of this. You got time to get out here, dude. I'm blowing right past you. I see our delivery starting to pop up on GPS. Doing a train, so that's going across the road, so that's definitely going to have to, you know, better stop for that. And the good thing is, we do see a rest area, fuel depot, service center, all right here, so we don't have to go too far backwards to find something. And we're going to Deep Wells. Better get back in cab here before I do something very, very bad. Oh, you're promoting the Oklahoma DLC while we're in Oklahoma? No, that's for the Texas DLC. Did I say 6 of 10? I think it said 6 of 10. I have no idea. I always catch it at the last second. So sometimes these deliveries are very easy, but I think they're making it more difficult, which I do like. Sometimes they make where the parking area is, you know, a 90-degree turn once you get right into the facility, which sometimes can be difficult because backing these things up is almost for me is, I don't want to say almost impossible. I'm not going to say impossible, because miracles do happen. And I'm trying to have a peek here of where I'm going, and I have no idea. Oh, straight ahead. So if I screw this up, it's all on me. This should not be difficult at all. And decouple. And then we'll head on back to that rest area that we saw. Oh, we hit level 36, which means that we'll have checkmarked everything. And now we're going to save ourselves a little bit more fuel. I am maxed out. Let's go ahead and drive. I think I know where I'm going. Did the trailer... No, trailer's still there. I'm just going to assume I can drive around this way. Look at that, we're getting done just about the right time. No, I don't want to go that way. I do want to go that way, but not on the on-ramp, because that'll take me the opposite direction. So wait a minute. I get on here by going up and around. I probably should have set my GPS. I want to see if this guy needs a little bit of a push. Passing on the right, they say. I say you can. So I guess either or I could go to. There's one on the right and one on the left, but we'll take the more convenient one. Cars and such, so I'm assuming we go in the back. What is fuel going for? 379. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking the W900 that we had a 300-gallon tank. This is a 250. There we go. We should be in a rest stop right there. Yes, we are. So we're all set. And look at that. 4:59. I got a minute to spare. How about that? Not too bad. Let's check out the map here just so we can kind of see what we done today in Oklahoma. So we started out here at this rest area, and we drove up to Lawton. We got ourselves our load at the Swift International Paper area. And let's see, we drove eastbound through Ardmore. We discovered that city. We discovered McAllister, because that's where we delivered to. And then we took the load from McAllister up through Tulsa, and then, of course, over to here in Enid. And we'll have to see where we go after that. So that's 3 cities I've got knocked off out of the 10. Even though we driven through other ones, I did not deliver to or from there. So, yeah, we'll have to knock those off. Yeah. Idabel, we'll have to come back for that one. But yeah, we actually went through a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of Oklahoma. There's a lot there. But a pretty good amount of it. That's more than I thought we would have covered. I guess it's just because, last time we went through Texas and we still got some roads here we haven't discovered. But, yeah, you go from Texas to Oklahoma. It's like half the size. So we'll have to see. And then, of course, Kansas will be next. And then, of course, I'm pretty sure they'll go up to the Dakotas, I assume. But never assume, because when you assume, that's when you make an ass out of you and me. And hopefully next episode, the coast to coast map will be back up. I don't know. I would be interested to see, because we can, we need to check on our driver manager map view. Are they going to show any of them off the map? Yeah, because we got like about 18 drivers, and I can't go further over than that. So there might be over here some in the abyss. And hopefully they get deliveries done. But who knows here. And yes, 3 out of 10. How long do we got to complete this, in case you're wondering? Because I did not read that either, but this came to me. Well, you got until the event will be concluded on Sunday, the 1st of October. So you got 2 months to get it done. Which should be somewhat easy to do, I would assume. 10 cities, and you got, 60 days to do it. And you just saw me in 1 hour take care of a couple of them. I don't want to say easy peasy, nice and easy, but it pretty much was. Nice, easy driving. Rainy day to start, but the day ended rather well with the sun out. And no tornadoes, but maybe we'll see some in the future. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching. As always, I'll catch you again right here in American Truck Simulator with Realistic Economy. But until then, have a good one.